Okay, you are back with Josh's video diary, and today we are actually testing two things. The main thing is this Godox EC200 head extension cord, which I just bought, and I haven't even opened it yet. Well, we had a look at it in the shop, but I'm going to do an unboxing of that. And I'm also going to test out my new camera, which is the Insta360 X3. I've been having some problems with the sound sync towards the end of each 29 minutes, because it cuts the file very annoyingly after 29 minutes. But towards the end of the 29 minutes, I found my lip syncing was out of sync. The audio and the visual don't match. And when it's off, it looks like the sound's been dubbed over. Now, this kind of happens I've isolated it to the camera. So in Insta360 Studio 2022, when you combine the two parts of the image and you process it, towards the end you get that out of sync thing. But it doesn't always. It's not always as bad. So I need to go through the tech specs of the file recording. So this time I'm on 1/30th of a second. HDR is off. The ISO is set to 200. And I've got indoor environment. I don't think that matters. I'm also probably going to output this as a flat file. So instead of a 360, I'm also going to make it a flat file and have the camera track me as I walk around, like this and this, and also give that a test. I don't think it makes a difference, but that's what I'm doing. So this video is going to be a bit long, and I need to fill up 29 minutes until it cuts it, so I can check that towards the end the audio and visual sync doesn't drift. Yeah, so it's going to be a long video, but most of these videos on my channel are long because I'm just practicing being in front of the camera, which isn't natural to me, but I'm trying to get better at it. That said, also I'm not going to do any cutting, so yeah, you're going to have to bear with me, but if you do, you get to check out this new piece of gear, and hopefully you get something out of this video. That said, let's get to it. Gonna take a little seat first. Okay. And I've got my NAN lights giving us some nice lighting in here. I think it looks quite cool. I had them out because I was doing some streaming with StarCraft 2, and I thought, let's set up something nice. And I also use them for smule and singing practice because they have the video there. But anyway, I've spent 3 minutes and not even got to this part, so let's finally do it. I put a chapter in the YouTube so you can skip straight to this point. Then you don't have to hear me fill in time and be boring. Okay, in the box is the unit and piece of silica gel and this QC pass in English and Chinese. There is no manual, which I guess you don't need it. So it's very it's kind of basic, but that's fine because if you buy this, you already have the flash, which is this one, the EC200 Wistro by Godox. Sometimes it's known as a flash point. If you buy this in Adorama in the US, or maybe even B&W, I forgot the name now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. It's called a flash point, but yeah, it's a Godox. It's just rebranded. It comes from the same factory. It's exactly the same. They're compatible with each other. Here it is. Comes like this. Wrapped up. Let's take this apart. Okay, so that's one wire, twisty wire. What are these called again? I forgot the name. I'll call it a twisty wire. And we have the unit. It actually doesn't look like this when you use it, but because you're supposed to take it apart, kind of like that, you see. But I guess if you store it away in the cupboard, you can kind of compact it to this nice little size. So it might even be worth keeping the box, but I usually throw it in a clear bag because I can never find anything. Anyway, let's have a quick look around the product. So it slides up. If you buy this, you're probably already familiar with the unit and the mounting. So that's the same as on the EC200, which I won't go through because you probably own one already. Now, this plastic feels like the EC200 plastic, like a decent plastic. And this string, power cord, it's kind of like that, you see. And it lets you bend it out a bit, but not too much. I guess if you want it to come out like that, you can take it out. You can kind of like mount like that, or it's designed to make it come out like straight like that. So that's why it's put in this way, which is interesting design. If this were Apple, it'd just come out straight. Anyway, I'm kind of meandering. But yeah, this is Godox, a Chinese company, but they make, I like their stuff, and they're not expensive. Have you ever used Profoto? I had 3 Profoto compacts, and then they're so expensive, and all the light modifiers and everything. Like one beauty dish from Profoto, you can buy like one beauty dish by Godox plus the light itself, plus like 5 other reflectors and stuff. So I kind of switched to Godox because the value for money is good. Anyway, it's not a comparison for that. Okay, you got your oh, it's 360. I'm looking at the preview, but so this will be in shot, and so will this. Anyway, you got your 1/4 inch 20 thread on the bottom, which is the standard one, so you can put that on a tripod. And then it's also a cold shoe mount, so you've got that adapter. Hopefully you can see it there. I'll move it a little slower so it's easy to see. And then you've got this push button on the side where you can change the angle. So, oh, it does go slightly down, I think. Okay. I'll get to that. Okay, so that is a push button which locks in place, which is quite good because if you have a heavy softbox on the front or a big reflector or whatever, a beauty dish or something, a big softbox, the weight can pull it down. So they have thought about that, and there's this push button which is good, it's sturdy, it says push on it, and then you can mount it. Oh, it says 90 degrees. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, if you mount it on a tripod like that, you can't get it to go lower. You can't do that. The most is level, 90 degrees, but you can have it go up. Like, it can go from... The marking is weird. Degrees, 30 degrees. Oh, what am I? No, it does go slightly lower. Ah, okay. See, this is like this is like literally me unboxing it and figuring it out as I go. So what I should do is put another review video after I figured it out and be more concise and not try to take up like 29 minutes plus. Maybe I might run out of time. That looks either level or lower. I can't tell. Oh yeah, it does go slightly lower. I don't know if you can tell from here, but it's slightly pointing down. So you can go from that, and there's some increments. You can go directly up. I kind of wish you could go lower. I mean, when you have a softbox on a stand, most of the time it's facing down. You're not going to face it up to the ceiling unless you're bouncing off the ceiling. Then, yeah, well, then you would. But going down a lot is more important. Anyway, let's throw it on a stand and see. Okay, and the rest, you're probably familiar with that. That's how it... This slide is how the other Godox attaches. On the other end... Oh, I showed you this. Okay, so that's it. How long is this wire? My wingspan is about 1 meter 80. 1 meter 80, let's call it that. So it's about 2 meters. It's about 2 meters long, if that helps. If you go to the website, it probably has the exact measurements. But roughly 2 meters, so quite long. Okay, the EC200 unit, it comes with different heads. I've currently got the bare bulb head on, which can come off. See the same attachment? These 4 prongs. And you can put like a flash head or a round head on it. This is actually the V1. There's a V2, but I think they're compatible. We'll find out. Okay, so I've got a full battery in there, and then that usually goes there, and this is the flashy part. But what this allows you to do is you can put this end on. It only goes in one way too, because of the way these, see the circle-y thing sliding down? So that goes in there. And then this thing, which is knotted up, okay, goes there. And now this bit can go on there, and then this can go on your camera hot shoe, which is good because this is really heavy. You wouldn't put this on your camera, but you could put this in a belt and just have a lightweight thing on your camera, but really powerful. Like, I think this is equivalent to 6 regular like hot shoe flashes, so you can have a really darn powerful camera flash. Oh, let me grab the other thing, because this is becoming... This is a long video anyway, and I'm not even going to add any cuts. I've got this one. They make this in a round head, but yeah, this is like more your traditional hot shoe flash head if you're used to it. It doesn't zoom, it's fixed. Can't remember what the angle is. Probably like 28 mil, pretty wide. Probably, something like that. So yeah, if you have this or the bare bulb, they're interchangeable. It's the same attachment. Okay. Next, I have... If you're in 360, you can see my table here. If you're not, I will do this, and then hopefully the tracking will... it's a good test for it. Hopefully the tracking can see the stuff on my table. This is... Oh, I didn't show the back of the box, did I? It's the EC200. AD200 head extension cord. EC200. But anyway, I'm going to put that in the video description, so it's not a... Should have said it at the start, but it's fine. This is... I don't even know what the model number is, but it's the special softbox. I think it's called an octa box or umbrella box or something for this particular bare bulb flash. So it's actually really good because even though it's a proprietary mount, it's quite compact and it goes on there and it locks on. So I quite like it, and it's not that expensive. I keep saying that because I used to shoot pro photo, and that, oh man, that was just, you know, you can have a whole studio for the price of one pro photo light. It's kind of like that. It does come with an inner, you screw that on like that. Can you see that? This bit. It comes with another diffuser, an inner diffuser. If you want it more even, but I found you don't really need it. It also comes with the grid in case you want to control your light spill a bit, so you don't have light going everywhere. It just comes out the front. And the softbox material, which I guess if you use the diffuser, you wouldn't need this. But anyway, it's up to you however you want to light. This just velcros on the side, and yeah, as I said before, it's optional, but I'm going to use this because it's going to get us a better and more soft light reading when I test this to see if there's any light loss. I think there was half a stop light loss. Like when you have all the flash power like travel through here, there's a resistance in the electricity, and you lose half a stop, which is a little bit of light. Okay, so this mount here is specifically made for this. So that goes on here, and it locks on, it screws onto there. And you've got yourself a very nice system to use outside, because if you use an umbrella, it's like a sail. It will catch the wind, and I had this happen to me, which is why I bought this thing. It will catch the wind, and then your whole stand can blow over and break, which also happened, but it didn't. It just got scuffed up a bit. Yeah, I doubt you'll see it, but there's a bit of scratches here, which is fine. I mean, it's geared to be used. But the advantage of this is you can get the weight lower, so it's not as top heavy. And because it's not as top heavy, it's not going to be so easy to tip. And if it does tip, it's not going to be there's less energy on the impact because all the weight is on the bottom. So there's less weight falling, and you're not going to injure someone or break something as easily. So yeah, this is so this is this setup. So let's assemble the setup that I want, and we'll test it out. I think I need to get this further away now. Okay. Hopefully you can still see. It's nice with the Insta360 X3 to have this big preview, so I can check my framing and my exposure and stuff. Okay, I've got two stands, a big one and a small one. They're both Manfrotto. This one kind of sucks, but I go through that. Ouch! Jam my finger. There's a design flaw in this one, but I'm going to use it. Sometimes that hits the ground and the whole thing like falls apart, and it's dangerous. So I'm probably going to throw the legs out and buy some other stands, but one of the stands is the 360 cameras on that stand, and another one's on my setup there, so I don't have any spares. Okay, so I initially was going to put it on a ball head because I didn't think it could go down, but apparently it can go down a bit. And the ball head has got a 3/8 inch. Oh, the lighting, can you see it? You know, the thicker one, the 3/8 inch thread, which the ball head uses, but that's got a 1/4 inch, which is a smaller one that's more common. So I need to grab an adapter. Bear with me again. Okay, here's my adapter. It's 3/8 to 1/4 inch. That goes on there. Um, and this, bring this up. This will just screw on there. Can you see? And that's quite good. I used to have, before I tried to, I shot with my friend, and I said, hey, we're doing this cheap. I don't have we can hire an assistant, but then I'm doing it for free, and then you're going to be paying for an assistant. Why don't you just get a friend or a family member or a significant other to hold the light stand, which had a big umbrella on it, because if you have a big umbrella, you need someone to hold it. Otherwise, the second the wind catches it, it's going to tip and break, and boom, there goes your light. So yeah, they brought someone to hold the light, and you also need them to move the light around. But I told them the second you let go of that, the wind will catch it, and then it's going to break. And yeah, there was no wind, and then they thought, oh, I'll just get something, and then let go of it. And the second they let go of it, boom, my flash came crashing down, and I was very upset. Oh, well, slightly upset. I wasn't that upset, and the flash survived because it wasn't this big heavy one. It was a smaller camera flash. But yeah, the reason I'm switching to this is because we can kind of shoot without an assistant, hopefully, if it's not too windy. This is also less of an umbrella to catch the wind. It's more of a ball shape. So even though the wind will hit it, it won't get trapped in there, because it's not like a U, it's more like an O. Does that make sense? The wind will blow around it, so it's less likely to tip. Plus, with this on it, I can lower the weight. I don't know if I have time, but I'll just mention it now. I might put on later. But before, well, the EC200 kind of looks like this, and it's got a thread here on this side and a thread on this side. This one doesn't have a thread, but this attachment light, the bare bulb one, does. So depending on how you rig it, I used to put this on there and have it come out straight, or I could put it on a ball head, so I could move it round. Oh, I didn't bring it either. Or, let me grab that. Good thing my studio, my home studio, even though it's like messy, like really messy, but it's somewhat organized. So, or you need this, which is heavy and it makes it more top heavy, or a lighter one. I'm not going to review this, otherwise this video is going to be way too long. To be able to tilt it, or you just have it come out flat, which is simpler, then you can match on that. Okay, so with this on it, let's position this so you can see it. Looks like it can tilt down a bit, which is good. I don't have to run the ball head. And then, let's see, there's 90 degrees. So first, no click is down slightly. I wish it were more, because there are times that you're gonna have to shoot down. Like, yeah, if you're shooting tabletop stuff, you're gonna want it down. So then you're gonna need to put it on something that swivels. First click is that, and the next click is that, and then it's that, straight up. Most of the time I'll be shooting like that. but higher because you want the light higher than your face. Okay. Next thing is you need a place to put this. So maybe you could put it on a bag and tie the bag there, which I also have, which I should have got ready, but I didn't think about that. Or I thought this clamp would be great if you want a more solid solution. So this is what I'm going to try out. Maybe the bag will work too. The advantage of the bag is that you can put the light in the bag when you finish shooting and then put it into a case and it will protect it. But I'm going to try it with this. And this part is a spigot with a 1/4 inch thread on one end. It doesn't matter what that is, but we need the 1/4 inch to go into here. So something like that. And then this, hopefully you can see that. I'm going to put the clamp on like that. Put it down. This goes maybe facing down. Makes more sense. Now this goes on it. Probably want to wrap it around. Okay. Power it up. I've got my transmitter here. And let's see if it fires. And it does. Very nice. So let's see. It's definitely more stable. It will depend on what light stand you use, but yeah, I quite like having the weight towards the bottom, and it's lighter at the top. I'm on 28 minutes, so I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because where's my light meter? Because I think you lose half a stop when you use this. So in the next video I am going to use the light meter and test if there's a difference between using this or not using that. And also because I'm testing the Insta360 ability to sync audio and video and lip syncing, I need to do a clap here too, so I can align the audio if necessary. So that's going to be the end of this very long first part, and yeah, stay with me for part 2 where I test the light output, and it's going to end in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.